Welcome to Words About Stuff, a podcast where I talk to awesome people about the stuff they love. I'm Amy the Copywriter, and today I will be talking to myself and to you. What makes me awesome today? Do I have to answer that one? Okay, I'm gonna go with I didn't over-prepare. I had a rough idea of what I wanted to talk about, and then I thought I could prepare for this for 4 years, and instead I did some preparing, and we'll see how it turns out. Other option is I just had some guacamole and chips. It was really good. That was also awesome. So, a special interest of mine, a thing I love, is words. Who'd have thunk it? A copywriter who likes words. Not just words themselves, but people who use them and the meanings behind them, and if we can ever truly understand each other. But let's boil it down to words. English is wild. Brains are wild. And communication, it's not easy.
It's not easy being green.
So picture this. You're watching a sitcom, and the whole problem could be solved with a single conversation. Why do we find that so funny or engaging? Because it's true? Because we see ourselves in it? Because people do it all the time? And what a boring story if it's all resolved in 2 seconds, of course. You're reading a social post about an event, and person A has a totally different interpretation than you do. You're both seeing the same image or video, and you're having different experiences. Why? Why is that happening? Lots of reasons, but some of them are words. Or you're talking to your friend, but you can't get them to understand your point. You're saying your point, but they can't hear it, or they don't understand it, or maybe you're not saying your point. So what do those 3 scenarios have in common? Lots of things and words. It brings me back to a quote I often think about.
Inconceivable! You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
That word. I do not think it means what you think it means. We gotta have the Princess Bride in here at least one time. So what are words? How are we using them? What do they mean? We can kind of think back to the episode with Dorothy talking about identity. Words signal what group you're from. You can signal that you're safe. You can signal that you aren't. And the same word can do both. I could say frogs strong together, and a group of people will say, safe. And another group of people will say, terrorists. When someone says Blue Lives Matter, 3 words, but you know something about them, that they support the police, that they have co-opted Black Lives Matter. They probably have certain political beliefs. They potentially have people they love who are police officers. 3 little words. If you've noticed in recent history, easy to repeat chants, small messages, build a wall, lock her up. They're very powerful, and they're 3 little words. And we have to have powerful messages in order to get into the subconscious. But we'll get there. We'll get there. What if you say rafflecopter? Some of you know what it is, some of you don't. If you say that, you're signaling, I'm a millennial who was online. Maybe too much. Signaling. Words can signal, I'm safe or I'm not, and be the exact same words. Isn't that wild? So, words themselves, they get created in a brain that has a lizard brain in it. It has something that can make you dysregulated. You can be disorganized. You can be having a trillion thoughts and words are just spilling out of your mouth. That's where words come from. Of course, we're going to have a problem. You might not even be in touch with what you're saying while you're saying it. You might not know the end when you begin. And we think we can understand each other. Optimism. That's optimism. You might forget what you're saying right at the middle of talking, just like I did. We can't assume that everyone even really knows what they're saying. They could be saying, I'm angry, and what they're really saying is, I'm hurt. We all have levels of understanding, even ourselves. And all we have are these little words to send out to someone else, and they're supposed to understand the deep thing that we're trying to say that we don't even know about. Okay, let's back up. Words are interpreted by another brain. This one has a lizard in it, gets dysregulated, can't keep track of everything. Now the words travel across to you, another person with another lizard brain, and totally different context and different life experience and different perspectives and biases. And those words have to go in the brain and get sorted out. And we are supposed to have a shared experience with that. What a magical thing. So, how can we solve any problems in this world when words mean different things to different people at different times, even when we're all experiencing the same thing? Will I have the answer at the end of this podcast? Probably not. Maybe you will. Maybe some of the words tumbling out of my mouth will go into your brain and you will solve it. And that would be amazing. But first, I'm going to talk about words, in case I didn't make that clear. I have thought of a bunch of words that roll around in my mind a lot. And it turned out they had certain categories to them. So we'll go through the categories and the words, and I'm going to talk about them and see what happens. Because we don't always know the ending when we get started. If we did, the world will look a lot different, and it might not be as exciting. So first, regional differences. People across the pond say words that mean different things. Over in England, pants means underwear. And over here, pants means trousers. That's the swap there. Pants and trousers. So you could be misunderstood very easily. Oh, nice pants. What? These are my trousers. I'm not in my underwear. There's going to be a little confusion there. But it doesn't even have to be across an ocean. Pop and soda. Parts of America say soda, parts say pop. These seem like small differences, but even something so little. We didn't all have the same word for it. Solicitor means lawyer in the past in England. Does it still? Solicitor? Lawyer? For me, a solicitor is someone who's trying to sell something to you. Is a lawyer trying to do that? Do they have the same root word? What does surgery mean? Because I've been watching Call the Midwife, and they say, come to my surgery. It's like the mayor or the councilwoman. She says, come to my surgery and you can talk to me about your questions. I'm going to look it up. Surgery, England, 1950s. Okay, so this is across time, not just distance. In 1950s, a surgery meant a designated time and place where a doctor, or in a political context, like an elected official, was available for consultation. Like a drop-in session. What? It doesn't mean that now. Exciting. Like decoding something. Like you're an archaeologist, an anthropologist finding something out about somebody. Ones I remember from when I was young, somebody said, I cut class. And that made no sense to me. I didn't know what that was at all. And for me, I would have said, I skipped class. But I wouldn't have said that because I didn't. But you get what I'm saying. Different languages. That's a huge one. We can't understand each other even between some southern accents and me. But a word like schadenfreude, it doesn't even have an English equivalent. It means to feel joy at someone else's pain. What an interesting concept. And we need to use 12 words to say it, and in German it's 1. Does that reflect our values, what we think of as a society who built this language? Maybe. So those are words and ideas across distance, across languages, across time. Words mean different things. How about some words I just learned? Shout out Call the Midwife. Stultifying, something that causes extreme boredom. It stifles creativity. It prevents the development of new ideas, often through routine or bureaucracy. That's a word I can't spell. Bureaucracy. Another word I have a hard time spelling, ridiculous. Stultifying. I don't know if we need to bring it back, but what a word. I don't know if we have boring right now as much as we have enraging. Maybe that's why we have switched over. Another word I just learned today, in fact, dyscalculia. I was watching Ramit Sethi's podcast. So interesting. Psychology around money. Amazing. Fun. But one of the people talked about how they couldn't understand numbers very well for their whole life. And people in the comments said, that sounds like dyscalculia. So, of course, we have internet commenters who are not doctors diagnosing someone, but I did get to learn a word. So that's good. It means a specific lifelong learning disability that impairs a person's ability to understand, process, and remember number-based information and math concepts. It's only 4 to 7% of people, and it's how the brain processes math. I would be interested to know, if anyone out there knows, is dyscalculia a brain difference, or is how we teach math not aligned with certain people? Is it how we teach it? Is it how we are? Is it both? Don't get me started. Anyway, that's a word I just learned. So I have been speaking English for many a year. I, on purpose, speak English, write English, read English, right? All the time. And there are still words that I'm learning. We don't have the same store of words. We don't mean the same things when we say them. Let's go even farther. Work words. They don't mean anything. They're not going anywhere. So touch base, same page, circle back. Those drive me crazy, and yet I find myself saying them because we all agree that we're supposed to say them. Let's make sure we're on the same page. It's shorthand. It means that we all understand and we're working toward the same goal. That's longhand. There's no time. We can't say longhand phrases. I don't know what it is about them. Let me try to think. Touch base, on the same page. Well, sometimes when people say things like that, like we're on the same page, I picture all of us in a book on the same page, and then I picture the book closing. We'll have to get back to that. So other words that are work words that I find interesting are morale and motivation. How's the employee morale? Don't ask me unless you really want to know. And don't find out unless you want to fix it. And why do you care? And how do you affect people's morale? And if it's already bad, aren't you doing something wrong to start with? Morale. A thing that exists that I'm not sure any corporation I've ever worked for has actually cared to fix. If they walk the talk of supporting their workers, morale tends to be pretty high. And if you don't, stop caring about morale. Motivation. I don't even know if that's a thing. I think we made up a word. I think capitalism made that word up. Productivity, motivation. I want to do things that I like and things that I want to do and things that are fun. Do I say I'm motivated to hang out with my family? Is motivation only for things that suck and you have to make yourself do it? Work words. The word deadline, that's a work word. We need deadlines to get things done. Isn't it weird that we put dead in it? Let me look it up. Where did the word deadline come from? Etymology, is that right? Etymology? I get it confused with the bugs. Etymology, yes. The study of the changes in the meaning of words. So it's entomology that's bugs, right? Oh yeah. Entomon, insect or cut up. And logia, study. Study of insects or study of cutting things. So close yet so far. One letter off. Okay, so the word deadline. Let's check Merriam-Webster. Okay, this is an article and not a definition. Okay, NPR says, the author of Dreyer's English, a word nerd, I believe, he said, the word seems to emerge during the American Civil War from a military prison, where it was used to designate a line, either actually drawn or simply understood, beyond which, if the prisoners stepped, they would be shot to death. Okay, I don't know if we still need this word. That seems like not a word I want to associate with work. Another word I see a lot around my working environment is AI. I think it's funny that for young people, AI means fake. They say, oh, that's so AI. Amazing. Cut straight to it. And also within my work, call to actions, right? These are the buttons you see on pages or anything that's telling you what the next step is. You see a flyer, there's a phone number at the bottom. It says call to reserve or call to buy tickets. Call to action tells you what to do next. It should be clear. It should tell you obviously what comes next, because you're not going to click something that you don't know where it's going, right? You'll only click something that's clear, what it is, why you should do it, and what happens when you do it. Another word, disfluency. It's when you say or that's when you're holding a pause, right? You're talking with someone, and if you stop talking, there's a chance they're going to start talking, and you're not done. So you fill in the silence to cue to them, don't start talking again. I was going to the store, and I was looking for roast beef. I would never be. Salad, and I was looking for salad, and you're telling them that your brain is processing and you are still about to talk. It's a signal. I don't have to say and all right now because you can't talk back to me. Some people just do it. That's kind of what I think of touch base, same page, circle back. I think you're just saying, here's how we end the call. But it's almost like a different language. And so are fine print words. These are words that I don't think anyone cares about, but they feel like they have to say. I'll see if I can figure out what I mean by that as we go. Detail-oriented. I am detail-oriented. I think it drives people crazy. I don't think everyone wants everyone to be detail-oriented. If you give me a list of 12 things to do and one of them is confusing and I ask you for more detail, I don't think that's what you mean. You want everyone to be detail-oriented. And by the way, if you put detail-oriented on your resume, you will have a spelling mistake there somewhere. It's just how the world works. I don't put detail-oriented on my resume because of that reason. I did once, and there was a spelling mistake. And every resume I've seen with it also has a spelling mistake. And that's hilarious. Maybe I shouldn't have said I'm detail-oriented. Now you're going to find a mistake in this podcast. There's probably 30 of them. Please watch it 100 times and find them and tell me about it. So, what about the word coach? Does that mean quack to you? Does it mean supportive person? Does it mean someone for sports? Because it could be any of those, right? There are plenty of mindset coaches that could help you really improve your life, and then there's some that'll just steal your money. There's some therapists who are amazing for you, and there's some that are not for you. That happens with everything, right? So the word coach, what does it mean when you hear it? So different for so many people. The word crypto, what does it mean when you hear it? For me, it means scam. But for other people, it means I made $1 billion on Bitcoin. The word marketing, slimy, scummy, horrible people. Or psychology, puzzle solving, how you get your ideas across to other people. There's marketing behind Blue Lives Matter. There's marketing behind No Kings. It's a tool. It can be used for either of the extremes. What about the word pitch? I gotta tell you, I'm getting pitched a lot by AI nonsense. So the word pitch is starting to be a 4-letter word to me, even though it has 5 letters. So, unfortunately, the word upgrade seems to have been co-opted. Upgrade this with AI blah-de-blah. Is that an upgrade? What's it gonna do for me? The benefit is it's AI. Cool. Upgrade to pay more. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. No thank you. What would a real upgrade be? Upgrade your Charizard? I don't know. It's starting to mean nothing to me. Maybe it's just because I'm around it so much. Unlock? I love the word unlock. It's so cool. Like picking a lock, turning a key. Unlock? So cool, but AI uses it all the time. We can't really use it anymore. Explore? That word, I love it. Explore more? Oh, the rhyme. Amazing. Does it really say anything? I don't know. See? I'm telling you that I hate words that don't really mean anything, and then there's some words that don't really mean anything that I love. That's that brain in there. Pitch is to try to sell something, right? You're probably trying to sell your services. Hey, I'm a copywriter. Do you need your website written? Like, that's a pitch. Although I would actually write one that's better than that. Pitching. If it just means AI now, throw it out. We don't need it. The word free. That's a business word. Free. So I'm starting to really not like deals and free. Maybe I'm just more grumpy than usual. But okay, so Dairy Queen. I got the app because I need the app to get the rewards. Fine. I can scan the receipt. I get rewards. Bing, 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 bing. Slot machine, whatever. You get rewards. Eventually you get a free whatever. Fine. Then they started sending me deals. These are notifications that come through on my phone and I can't stop them. The deal for today is buy one, get one free. Something like that. Asterisk. Okay. Let's go. Let's go to Dairy Queen and buy one, get one free. That'll be fun. We get there. You can't just go to the drive-thru. Not possible with this deal. The deal you have to do on the app. Okay. Fill the card on the app. Go to pay. It says add your card. And it says credit card or gift card. And I don't have my credit card with me. And I don't have a gift card. I have a debit card. Will it add the debit card? No. We don't accept debit cards. I don't know why. And it's not really clear. It just keeps saying error. Which makes me think that my card has been declined or messed up or something happened to it. Because it's just saying error. So I call my card company. Is something wrong with my card? No, it's not. So it's been 15 minutes. I just go to the drive-thru and I say, hey, what's with this deal thing on the app? And those people already know. They've been through this 1,000 times. They say, on the app, you can only use a credit card or a gift card. You can't use a debit card. And we can't honor anything on the deals page. It has to be done through the app. And it'll take more time. Because you have to order it and then it goes through a system and then they have to get it ready. Oh my God, who cares about this? Don't send me these. This deal is in exchange for an hour of my time. Businesses, please stop doing this. If it's not easy, stop doing it. People notice when things aren't easy. When there's a bunch of friction, they're going to stop using your product. They just will. I'm not ever doing a deal again. Am I still doing the rewards? Yeah, because it's easy. Give people a chance here, man. Okay, that's my rant about Dairy Queen. So I write, and clients have specific rules about words. The newest set of rules that I've seen recently is all about inclusion and directionality in the words that you use. So they don't want to say words like click, scroll, see below. And that makes sense. Especially click. People are on phones, they're not clicking. See below. Why do we even need to say that anyway? Maybe it's a hot air balloon word. We don't really need it. It's floating away. I think those are interesting. So when I'm going through what I write, I'm looking for those words. Above, below, left, right. Because if you have a visual impairment, does that make any sense in the writing? Maybe as much sense as deadline. But I think that's cool. Trying to be more inclusive. Like pronouns. We used to just say, if we didn't know someone's gender, we would say he. Then for a while they were saying he or she, and it was like longer, and it was blah, hard to do. Now we can say they, or just pick he or pick she or whatever. But to me it felt performative when people were picking she, because they would pick he, and then they would pick she for the next example, and then he, and then she. It's so simple. It was right there all along. They. We got it. It's okay. Now this one crosses between work and regular. Windows Update. Oh, no thank you. I do them because I have to do them. But that word, that strikes fear into my heart. Is my computer going to work after this? Is everything going to be back how it was? Change, scary. So now this next group of words, and I think the group is like social media. And I think the idea is implications and talking past each other. That's what social media is a lot of the time, right? Implied different meanings, misunderstandings, talking past each other, engagement bait, rage bait. So I'll skip all of the rage bait part because I'm sure you see those on a daily basis. But the phrase that you hear a lot, and maybe you even say yourself, I read something. I read that Martians are 10 feet tall. And I'll say, oh, tell me more about that. Well, I just read the headline. This is social media speak. I read that something and I didn't read more about it. So we're kind of being trained to just see the bullet points, see the headline, and have that as a little fact that we can share without knowing if it's true or why or what about it. And that's interesting. I read that something, but I didn't really read it. I read these exact words I'm saying, but I didn't read the whole story. And without the story, do we have the context? I don't know. I read that Deadline had to do with the prison camp. Thanks, NPR. I did read the whole article. And that takes time, right? Is that why people don't do it? I know that's why people don't do it. It takes extra time. But think about it. Did you read it? You kind of did. It's not untrue. But did you read it? Did you absorb it and understand it from all its angles? Now the words like and share. What do they mean? What does the action mean? So if you post, look at my dog, and I like it, or I put a little heart, what am I doing? I'm validating you. I'm showing you I saw it. I'm co-signing. Cute dog. That's what it means. Like, share, co-sign, validate. Show me that we are together on this. Because if you see something you hate or don't like or don't agree with, you don't like it, right? You might comment, you don't like it. And within the platforms, liking will save posts or videos or whatever for later. So maybe it means, come back to this. I co-sign this. I support you. Is that what like means? Share doesn't mean that. Share can mean, look at this wild thing. Look at this person doing something I totally disagree with, but I think you might have something to say and we can talk about it. Share means something else. And these are new meanings. These are starting now. Because before, what was a like? Sending a letter back? Someone sends you a letter and you reply? That's a like? Showing your friend? That was sharing? Okay. Now, this last category, I call them big picture words. They're kind of scary. They kind of burrow down. So that's why I left it till the end. The word no. That apparently was my first word. No. Might have had something to do with the dog being around and that dog being told no. Or maybe I felt like saying no. That word, so small, so powerful, so hard to say for people pleasers. What does the word no feel like? When you hear it, does it feel different from when you say it? Is it easy for you to say? Is it difficult? That one little word can tell you a lot about what's going on in here, in your brain, in your heart, in your past. I don't know. No. When do you feel okay saying it? When do you not feel okay saying it? They ask you to stay late at work. Can you say no? Or do you have to say a bunch of words? Or do you just say yes? The next word I thought of is another word that resonated with me when I was a kid, I guess, because I remember saying I can't. And my family made a jar of the things I said I couldn't do. I can't, whatever. Okay, we'll put it in there. I don't know if the jar was real or if they just talked about the jar. But the point of it was, all these things you said you can't do, you can. We'll look at them later and you'll be like, oh, I know how to do that. I do that now. Can't. I'm curious why I hung on to it. And a lot of kids, I think, do. I can't do that. What does it really mean? I don't want to. I don't feel comfortable. I haven't learned it. That's not fun. I can't. Those are both negative words, right? Now we're kind of going to go in the middle. What about the word ready? How do you feel when you hear the word ready? The fun side? Ready or not, here I come. How about, are you ready? If you're getting ready to go out, are you ready? Maybe that's a loaded question. Maybe it's not. Now think about one of your dreams or goals or something that you wished you had done or a project. Are you ready? Are you ready to finish building that birdhouse? Are you ready to learn a new language? Are you ready to learn an instrument? Are you ready to build your computer? I can almost guarantee you the answer is no. The answer, if you look inside, the answer is no. And the word ready drives me crazy. When people say, I'm not ready, I'm confused who is. Who out there is ready, at peace with it, and then moving toward whatever it is? I bet you it's like 1% of people. That combination. Saying they're ready, embodying being ready, and moving toward. Those are 3 hard things to put together. And I would argue, act before you're ready. You'll never be ready. Let's just say it that way. You'll never be ready. Start now. Later you can look back and say, oh, glad I started. I'm still not ready for most things. For me, ready would mean fully prepared. Ready for anything. Ooh, yuck. That's hard to do. It's what I would want, but it's not real. Move forward before you're ready toward those dreams, toward those things you want to do. You'll never be ready until you're already there. Now, this one I just wrote down, compliments. When you hear a compliment, what happens? What happens in your brain? Do you explain it away? Oh, it wasn't anything. Oh, that was easy. No worries. I didn't take much time. Oh, thanks. Does it make you uncomfortable, or do you like it, or how does that work? And when you're giving a compliment, this is something that's changed recently too. Compliments a lot of the time used to be based on physical appearance, right? Oh, you're so beautiful, or whatever. Or you're so strong for boys, and you're so pretty for girls. I think it's good and interesting that we are, hopefully, all of us, trying to move away from physical compliments and toward things like, oh, I really like how you solved that problem. You made me laugh. You look so happy. It's a little harder to think of those, especially when you've been programmed to just automatically say, oh, your baby's so beautiful. So maybe compliments is also a kind word. How often are you giving those out? How do you feel when you get them back? I'm trying to think. I think often it's uncomfortable both ways. And it shouldn't be. Maybe we can find a world where it's as easy to give a compliment as it is to leave an angry comment online. That kind of leads into the next word, success. Success. How often do you label yourself a success? For me, there's a finality to that word. I've done it. I'm at the top of the mountain. Success. Even in that example of being at the top of the mountain, I think I still need to get back down. So even that, success. I'm at the top of the mountain, but I have to get back down. Is it success when I get back down? Oh, but I have to get home. Oh, now I'm home? Wonder what I'll do next. Does success ever happen? Do you feel success, or is it always the next thing? And is that a bad thing? Because it's nice to always have something to strive for. I think it only matters if you forego all the success and you feel failure. Failure is another word with a lot hanging around it. I think we're trying now to lean away from failure and lean into learning. Did you fail or did you learn? You could have done both, but we can just label it learning and not have this word in our minds weighing us down. You're never going to be perfect the first time at anything. You're never going to start a skill and be the best in the universe. Are you going to learn an instrument in 2 minutes and be amazing at it? No, you're going to, if you deem it that way, fail. Maybe we could say messy progress. Messy progress up the mountain. Maybe you slipped. Is it success at the top? Do you feel it, or do you see a higher mountain? We have words for it. Do we feel it? Another word that's related to work, and it's related to these big ideas, is imposter syndrome, and it goes with success and failure. Do you feel like an expert? Do you feel like a success? Imposter syndrome means that you don't necessarily think you deserve the compliments you're getting, or when someone comes to you for something, you're like, oh, why would they come to me? I'm not an expert. I'm just me, and everyone is just me. And it's okay if you do think you're an expert. You might be, and that's amazing. And you should feel the success and embody that you are a specialist and you know things. Most people who are specialists and know things also know that they don't know everything. Imposter syndrome. It also stops you from doing things. You're not ready, it says. And that's not true. You have to make your messy progress towards success. Now, another word, hard. Yes, that's what she said. This is going to be hard. You have to do hard things. So, difficult? Does it change for you if we change it to difficult? Does it change if we say necessary? You have to do necessary things. Changing the word in your mind can change how you experience something. Oh, I'm failing. This was hard. Oh, I learned something. This was necessary. Going toward my goal. Words are very powerful, and what you say to yourself matters. There are 5 more words in the big words category. One is my favorite. Why? Why? I always want to know why. Because the words you're telling me probably aren't the whole story. You might not know the whole story, and I want to know the whole story. Why are you doing this? Why are you saying that? Why does that matter to you? I love asking why. I can't get enough of it. And I'll never get all the answers. So I'm not at the top of the mountain. Another word that I wrote a blog post about, you can go read, the word enough. That one, that's a sneaky one. Are you enough? Do you have enough? That's enough. Go read the blog post if you want more on that word. The unblog, sorry. I wrote an unblog about it. It's on the website, wordsaboutstuff.com. Unblog. It's called something about a poem. I haven't named it yet. Ooh, I don't know if it'll be out by now. Maybe not. Well, if you listen to this a little later, it'll be out. You could read the other unblogs until then. It's mostly a place where I write for me instead of writing sensical things for other people. I write what's happening in my mind for me. And if you enjoy it, that's awesome. So 3 more words. Red threads. This is from a book called Love Plus Work by Marcus Buckingham. A cool book. Talks about learning how to find out what you love and letting that draw you toward what you work in. You don't need to love 100% of what you do, but 80% would be cool. Whatever lights you up. He calls them the red threads. What you end up doing, what you're asked to do, what you're doing when time stands still for you or moves very quickly. What do you return to over and over? Learning to look at your life that way is very interesting. What am I doing without being asked? For me, it would be solving puzzles, any kind of puzzle. People puzzles, game puzzles, physical puzzles on a table. Ooh, pieces going together, seeing what doesn't go together. I could do that all day, and I do. Red threads. Think about your life. Think about, what do you go back to? What lights you up? What would you do even if you didn't have to do anything? It's hard to think about at first, but once you start picking them up, you can see them everywhere. That goes with the words passion, enthusiasm, love. That's what this podcast is about. Things you love. And why? Back to my favorite word, and why. There's no wrong answer, but there are a lot of interesting right answers. Now these final two words, they go together. The first one is engage, meaning go forward, meaning Jean-Luc Picard. Engage, go, boldly go after your red threads. Boldly go through your imposter syndrome before you're ready and find that thing you're passionate about. You probably already found it. Find it again. Find it in its new iteration. And the last word is the end. The end is the beginning is the end. There is no such thing as the end, some people believe. There's only a new beginning. There's a really cool game called The Stanley Parable, if you want to play that. And now we're at the end of this recording, unless the sound didn't work or something messed up, in which case I'll be back at the beginning. We end every episode with an exceptional outro that I haven't thought of yet. Until then, good artists borrow and great artists steal. As Fazzini from The Princess Bride always says,
Inconceivable!